Hey everybody, and welcome back to It's Only Food with Chef John Politte. Today, we're going to be showing you how to make a basic vinaigrette. Cue the music. Alright, well thanks a lot for tuning back into It's Only Food with Chef John Politte. I am Chef John Politte, and thanks a lot for watching. If this is your first time watching and you want to learn how to make delicious food, or maybe just learn how to start your own cooking channel right here on YouTube, then go ahead and start by hitting that subscription button right there and then clicking on that bell to be notified each and every time I upload new content. Alright, well you clicked on this video to watch me show you how to make a basic vinaigrette, so let's head into the kitchen and let's check out our ingredients for this wonderful, wonderful recipe. I have 1 cup of vegetable oil, 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1/4 teaspoon of brown sugar, and we're going to salt and pepper it to taste. That's it. Basic vinaigrette ingredients. Now, with all the ingredients at your disposal to make a simple basic vinaigrette, we're going to just do it with 4 ingredients. That's our acid, our oil, and our emulsifier, and then a little bit of sweetness to bring it all together. But there are many herbs, seasonings, blends that you can put in there. There's many kinds of vinegars. There's a ton of different oils, and there's a number of emulsifiers you can use as well. But we're going to learn how to make a basic vinaigrette with only 4 components, and then you can do whatever it is you want to do to make some kind of groovy one. Alright, like I said, 1 cup of oil. There are many oils, like I said, but for our purposes here, we want to just use, and yours too, you want to use a neutral flavored oil. You don't want something with some kind of wild flavor profile that's going to totally take off what it is that you're making. You're putting it on a salad most of the time. You do not want to take away from the crispness and the freshness of the vegetables and the lettuce and whatever else is in the salad by having a really wild flavor profile. So keep it a very neutral flavored oil. Basically, a vegetable oil is always safe. And here we are, we're going to add our vinegar. In this case, it is a apple cider vinegar, Mrs. Bragg's. It's got the mother in there, which has got all the minerals and vitamins in there. We're just going to add that. Vinegars too. Vinegars, there are a ton of different vinegars. You got balsamic, you got rice wine vinegar, you have different apple cider vinegars, white vinegar. I would not use that in cooking if I were you. Make sure you use sort of a neutral vinegar as well. But if you do use a vinegar that's got kind of a wild flavor profile to it, just use a little bit less and maybe increase the amount of sweetness that you add to the vinaigrette. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper in there. Now we have our mustard, 1 tablespoon of Dijon. I would not recommend using French's yellow mustard. It just does not have the same flavor profile that you want in a dressing. But there is our Dijon mustard. Simply put, an emulsifier is something that creates an emulsion. You've got two liquids, which are 2 unstable masses that you're going to try to mix together, but they're eventually going to separate. What you're doing when you're adding an egg yolk or a mustard, you're stabilizing these 2 components to where they can actually form a bond and stay together for a little bit longer time than they normally do, and they won't separate. So there's also 3 ways you can mix a vinaigrette. You can mix it in a bowl with a whip like we're gonna do. You can put it into a blender and really do a good job of getting those components together. Or you can simply put it in the bottle, put a lid on it real tight, and shake it up real good. That will all mix together. Your emulsifier will work, and it will hold it together. Now, before I add the sugar to it, I'm just gonna mix this up really well. We can see that they're blending together and they're not going to separate as quickly because we have an emulsifier in there that will keep them stable and together for a little bit of time. As we can see on this spoon, you can give it a little taste. Oh yeah. Yeah. Very light and delicate. You don't want to overpower it. I am going to add the sugar in there just to bring in a little bit of sweetness that will complement the vinegar. Now I have not added any seasonings or spices to any of this. You can add fresh herbs. You can, garlic and onion are very popular. You can infuse it with rosemary or thyme or any kind of seasoning that you want. A little bit of ginger might be good in here too. You can add whatever you want to this. I'm just showing you a very basic vinaigrette recipe which can be built upon as long as you use these 4 ingredients. You can add a little bit of citrus to this too as well to help the vinegar that you add in there too. A little bit more acidity. But acidity, oil, sugar, and an emulsifier. That's all you got. I'm going to pour this into our container so we can get a better look at it, and we'll be right back. All right, well, thanks a lot for joining us here on It's Only Food with Chef John Politte. Today we made a very simple, basic vinaigrette. So the last thing I want to add to that is that when you go to put it into your storage container, be it Tupperware or the mason jar like we did, or into a bottle, make sure that when you do that, you label it and date it so everybody knows what it is and when it was made. Keep it in the fridge so it stays fresh. Pull it out before you need to use it. Thanks a lot for joining us. Don't forget to like this video and this channel. Make sure you leave a comment in the comments section below. Subscribe if you haven't done that already. And then share this video and this channel with everybody you know. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you next time right here on It's Only Food. Bye-bye.